This is Julia, and today's iMindQ webinar is going to be a presentation in more details. Now, in this webinar, we will be discussing the following topics: introduce new elements in the presentation mode, automatic presentation of mind maps with one click, and create custom presentations with template scenes. Now, my colleague Mimi is going to proceed.
Thanks, Julia. Hi from me too. I would like to start and explain to you what is the plan and purpose of this webinar. It is to explain to you how you can do presentations using our desktop application, and that will be for the most part of the webinar. But at the end, I'm going to present even how to make a presentation with our iMindQ online application. As a start for today's webinar, I'll explain what's unique about our presentation mode that is used in the iMindQ desktop application. We use new terminologies in our presentation mode. That is a scene. We also have template scenes, and we have introduced animations to the level of topics. So what one scene includes in the presentation mode? It includes a set of animations, and each animation can be applied to a single topic or a group of topics. It can also be applied to a parent topic and animate that topic together with its child topics. So it's a view, like in a theater, in which you put the actors to play a specific role. What's a template scene? We use template scenes when we would like to help the user to create animations to topics for scenes in as less time as possible. And we, as you all know, animation is used in almost every presentation mode or any presentation application. Animation to text, animation to topics, but in our presentation mode, those animations refer to animation to topics. To continue, I've mentioned several times that we have automatic presentations for mind maps, for balanced mind maps, organic mind maps, organizational charts, work breakdown structure, and what is common for all this for things, charts, mind maps. They're all connected to a central idea. So the automatic presentation is used specifically for mind maps and for anything, any chart, any top-down structure that has a central idea, central point, from which other main ideas are derived and continue to branch out. This automatic presentation can be done with just a single click by going to the present ribbon and by clicking on the from beginning option available in the present group. It can also be started with the shortcut key F5. I can tell you and show to you how this presentation looks for the mind map that I have here, used as a guideline for this webinar. I'll click from the from beginning option. And as you can see, I'm starting from the central point. And I continue by going forward with the presentation scenario by clicking the right mouse click or using the shortcut key, either space or right arrow key. And in this automatic presentation, each parent branch is expanded up to one level of subtopics. That means including their own child topics. And it's very important that In the next scene, the following scene in this automatic presentation follows the branch, which comes first in a clockwise mode. So the first or the following scene from this presentation will be why this mode is unique. By pressing space, you can see that if this branch or this topic includes child topics, they will be presented in this same view, like you can see it now. So why this mode is unique? I've already mentioned that we have new terminologies that are used in our application, and it's very different from other mind mapping applications. I've mentioned about the automatic presentation, and you can see how I'm going through the presentation scenario by just using the arrow key, and how this presentation first goes in depth in each branch and then continues to the next topic. What's very interesting is that I can zoom out the presentation, I mean the mind map, and I can skip all these steps. And if I want to tell you and explain to you how you can play the presentation while you're in the presentation view, I'm going to skip this branch and I'll click how to play the presentation branch and either use space or right arrow key to continue from that point forward. So this is one way to explain. I already said that in order to go forward with the presentation scenario, we use either right arrow key or the space bar. And if we want to go backwards in the presentation, I'll use the left arrow key. So this is how I go backwards. So if I want to continue from the part that I have skipped, I'm just going to select this topic and continue from over there. If you want to escape from a presentation view, I'll use escape. So as you've seen, I've shown to you what an automatic presentation is, how you can start an automatic presentation for a mind map or anything connected to a central idea with ties. So this is a tie, and this is a relationship. One other thing to say why our mode is unique. We also enable the user to create custom presentations. Nobody else offers scenes or template scenes. I've described what a template scene means. It's a set of animations, predefined animations applied to topics that you have selected for that purpose. We also have custom animations, and we can also apply custom scenes when we are making custom presentations. The purpose of the template scenes was to enable the user to create presentations for flowcharts, for concept maps, for other types of diagram or balance scorecard, anything that the user have created in the mind map space, but in just a few minutes or a few seconds, depending of the how big is their diagram. Now we come to the point how to create a custom presentation. In order to show how to create a custom presentation with the use of template scenes, I'll show you the basic rules for creating presentation for mind maps or anything connected to a central idea, how to create presentation using template scenes with the use of the following rules, and these same rules apply for any type of diagram. So I'll start from a mind map. I have here a promotional plan mind map. And just to have them visually, I will copy these rules by using Ctrl+C, and I'm going to paste them in the promotional plan right here, just to have them always in front of us. Before starting, I'll open the show panels. I'll open the scenes panel and animations panel. On our left side, the scenes panel is can be mapped, or you can understand it as the panel for slides in any other presentation tool. Here we call it a scenes panel. And on your right side, we have the animations panel. In our first group, we have all the connected functionalities available for a scene, a single scene, or a group of scenes. As you can see, for the automatic presentations available on single click, we do not have a generated presentation scenario, and you cannot modify the automatic presentation. If you want to modify the prepared automatic presentation, you can do that by following these steps. You can click on the Generate Scenes button, and the application, as you can see here, automatically generates scenes as they are generated for the automatic presentation on a single click. And after that, you can modify each scene by selecting it. As you can see, for the selected scene, you have the implemented animations or applied animations to topics here in the left panel. So they are very different for each scene, depending what we are presenting or what we want to show. When you click on a scene, we have here a drop-down menu, and we have the following option. In the Insert Contextual menu, we have the sub-menu of template scenes. The blank scene has no animation. A focus on topic template scene hides, what it does is hides any other topic from the map and fades in or shows what you have selected to be displayed in that specific scene. The expand branch parallel and the sequential expand branch are referred to branches that have subtopics or child topics. The present sequence, the highlight content, and the highlight presented content are usually used for creating scenes for a sequence in a diagram or a concept maps, because they're all used and all presented in iMindQ with a floating topic, and they're on the same level. So you do not have topics on different levels that need to be presented. So if you have a parent topic and child topic, if you want to animate the child topics, first you need to expand the parent branch and then animate the child topics additionally. So the pan transition and jump to transition are the transition in our application that are predefined and available to you. So you can switch between them. And you can also delete a single scene or delete all scenes. What else you can do is you can also rename a scene. You can do that by selecting the desired scene and directly start typing your desired name for that scene. In my first scene I have entered that this is the starting point, I'll name the second one as a content by presenting what the promotional plan is consisted of. And if I want to delete one, let's not be confused by a scene that has no preview. That means that I have to expand this branch in order their child topics to be viewable. So each of these scenes are applied to the child topics of the contextual analysis. And as you go forward, it will also be the same thing for the child topics of the following branch. So this preview is always updated. You don't have to update it manually. It's what you see in the map space, that's what you get in your scenes view regarding your branch. I'm going to delete all these scenes to tell you how to prepare a presentation for this mind map, a custom presentation, let's not forget, with the following rules. Each custom presentation begins with focus on topic template scene. I usually start either from a legend of a mind map, or I start from the main topic or the central idea of what you're presenting. In my presentation, I'm going to select the promotional plan, that is the central idea of this mind map, and I'm going to drag it and drop it in the scenes panel. And from the available scene template scenes, I'll use focus on topic. This topic is selected, and you can see here on the right side 2 animations applied in this scene. What that means, I've already explained that the focus on topic template scene means that all other topics, but not the ones selected, will be fade out from the map space, and they will not be visible, as you can see here. To see which topic is animated with the animation at a single point in the presentation, you can do that by double clicking on the animation. If you want to close it, just make a double click again. I'll do this again and close it. And if you want to check if your animation is okay, do a double click on the next animation. So one element will be fading in this scene, that is the promotional plan, which is the one that we have selected and dropped to the scenes panel. So if I want to present in my next template scene, is I want to present the promotional plan and its child topics. That are the main categories that belong to the promotional plan or the content of our presentation. So I'm going to select again the parent branch. In my case, it's the central topic, and I'll drag and drop this same topic in the scenes panel, and I'll choose either expand branches parallel or sequentially expand branch. The difference between these 2 template scenes are the each of the child topics in the sequential expand branch template scene will be displayed sequentially, one by one. And in the expand branches parallel or expand branch parallel, all the child topics will be presented at once. So I'm going to use expand branches parallel. If you want to see how the preview of a scene, just select the scene and click on the preview scene option. This is how it will look. To continue, now the preview of the scene stopped and all our options are available for us again. To continue, I'll go to the executive summary, and I'm going to drag and drop that topic and use a single animation. So what I want to add here is I want to Let's say I can apply a rotation animation to this topic. It'll be very interesting. We will always need the focus view, because before doing any other animation, we always need the focus animation in every scene when we're continuing from one point to another. So to add an animation to a topic, it's very easy. Just drag and drop the desired topic in the animations panel. And to change the animation properties, for this case, I said that I would like to use a rotate animation. I can rotate this topic on our left side. I want to continue and have control over the animation, and that's why I'll leave it to be on click. If I want a delay between these two animations, between the focus one and the rotate, I'll use to start after a specific time, and the duration of the animation can also be applied. So at the end, if you want to rewind the effect of the rotation or the zoom in animation, you will have to click on the rewind effect button. So I'll use 2 seconds as a duration for this animation to make a preview of the scene. This is how it looks like. And I'm not going to create the entire presentation for this. I'll just go through the steps and the above mentioned rules. So I'll continue with the other branch, and here I will use the expand branch sequentially to see the difference. And we always finish each presentation with the show all elements scene. You can either do that by clicking here on an empty space in the scenes panel, and from the new scene option in the contextual menu, use show all elements. You can also do that by the drop-down menu under add scene. So if you want to view the presentation from beginning, what we have created, I'm going to click the from beginning option. I'll just go through the presentation. This is the rotation animation, expand branch template seats, and this is one way to present the entire map. So this was the last show all elements to see the bigger picture. And as I said before, to escape from the presentation scenario, we'll use escape. I'll close this panels, and I'll go to the flowchart to show you how you can do a presentation for a flowchart diagram. I'll copy these rules, and I'm going to explain in a very fast manner how to create a presentation for a flowchart diagram. These are the same rules used for creating for concept maps or anything that is applied. And I also have other balanced scorecard map that can be used for the creation of presentation. Let's use this one for an example. So I would like to start with the focus on topic. I'll select the desired topic, and I'll use the focus on topic option here. So as I said, all other topics are fade out, and the name of the map fades in. What I want to fade in as next topics in the are these ones. So I'll just select the background topics with the specific names, and I'm going to add all this, and I'm going to use single animation, and I'll use the fade in option for this animation. As you can see, they're all included in the map. Other rule that was mentioned was to use a highlight presented sequence as a template scene. So this scene was a custom scene just to show the necessary elements that I need for the balanced scorecard. These are my topics. These are my concepts of available. And I'm going to select these two and drag and drop them in the scenes panel. And I'll use highlight presented sequence. As you see here in the scenes preview, you can see which topics are animated in this scene. They continue with the increased process proficiency topic and in this one. So drag and drop and use the highlight presented sequence again. Each of these, I'll continue with this sequence and ended up here. And as I can see, the increased revenue finishes the increased profitability topics. So drag and drop this ones to highlight presented sequence. And at the end, I'll use this sequence as a last sequence for my balanced scorecard presentation. At the end, I've mentioned the rule for using show all elements. To show you the presentation for this map, this is the beginning, the focus on topic template scene. This is our custom single animation, the elements that we need to view and focus at one point with a single animation. And I used the fade in animation for this topics. So to show which elements show here, the first sequence, they all go to the increased process proficiency. The next part of the sequence is it leads to lower cycle time. The next sequence goes to lower wait time. So this is one way to finish one sequence of a concept map or a flowchart diagram. So you go back to other part of a sequence, and this is the end when everything finishes. And at the end, we have the show all elements to view the big picture of your balanced scorecard presentation. I'll use the escape button to close this. So this is the way you use the template scenes for faster creation. And this is what I recommend to every user, and use the automatic presentation option available in one click from beginning, or either use F5. I'll open the iMindQ Online application just to show you how you can easily create a presentation for a mind map here. I guess I have to sign out. Okay. And go back to Google Drive. Or we'll go back to the user space and open the blank map here. The presentation mode available for iMindQ Online is at the bottom of the left bar, as you can see here. Just click on it. And in order to make a 2D presentation, you can click on this, and we have the presentation mode functionalities available for a presentation mode in iMindQ Online. What you can do here is you take snapshots, and you can use zoom in option by using the scroll bar and make a snapshot. I'll zoom out, make a snapshot again. If I want to go to a specific topic, I zoom into that topic, click the snapshot, If I want to show what these branches consisted, I'll make a snapshot again. And if you want to play the presentation, once you're done with your planned scenario, you just click play. And this is how your presentation will look like. You go to the drinks snapshot, then you go back to the branch, and this is where it finishes. So we came to the end of the webinar. I will let my colleague Julia finish this webinar.
Okay, so as my colleague Mimi said, the webinar has come to an end. I would like to thank everyone who has attended, and we'll see you next Thursday.